Hi everyone, welcome to this week's vlog. So it's Monday morning and we've got to go and sort our car out because unfortunately it broke down again yesterday. We think it's just the battery, so we've got a friend coming to collect us shortly, 8:30, and he's going to jump start, or hopefully jump start the car, and then we need to then try and sort out getting a new battery because this is the second time that this has happened. If it is the battery, it might be something more dire. So let's, fingers crossed, hope not. We'd planned this week that we wanted to go over to El Cotillo and various other things, but it's going to depend on what happens with the car. So watch this space and we'll see what happens this week. I made a big bowl of overnight oats yesterday, which will last us for a good few days. There's oats and there's kefir yogurt in there, a bit of cinnamon and a little bit of peanut butter for some healthy fats as well, and then some frozen fruit. So I'm just going to dish that up into our two bowls, put some banana on the top and a sprinkling of seeds, and eat my breakfast. So, as you've just seen, the car did start. At first time, our friend jump-started it, all fine, and we decided to go for quite a long drive in it. We drove nearly to Grand Tarahal, actually, not quite that far. But anyway, a plenty long enough drive to recharge the battery, and the car was going absolutely fine. It was actually a really nice drive all through the mountains. I really like that. And then we thought we would go back home and just have a cuppa and decide what we were going to do. Our friend had advised us which garage to go to in Rosario, so we stopped off at home for a cuppa. Unfortunately, the car is dead again. So I've walked down into Caleta to go to the Correos at the post office, and Martin has walked to the industrial bit to try and get a battery charger. We think the battery's just completely dead, and there's a place in Rosario that will do us a new battery, but we need to get the car there. Thank you so much, Nikki in a vlog, for our lovely card. It's so exciting to get post. I love it. Thank you. I'm back now from town. As you've seen, I just collected the post from the post box, which I love. I love going along there and seeing what's in there. It's always a surprise. Thank you, Nikki, for our card. I know I just said that, but I wanted to say thank you again. So the car is a bit of a pain. Martin's not back yet from he's walked to the bit where I showed last week by IKEA and all that. It's quite a little walk actually, and I know he'll be thinking about what he's going to buy or what he's going to look for, or is he going to talk to a mechanic, or I don't know. But I'm not really very good when it comes to cars, so I'm better off keeping out of it and leaving it to him, to be honest. So I'm going to potter about the house when I've had a little chat to the vlog. We were yesterday, before the car broke, we walked to the next little village, which is called Costa d'Antigua, because it was really wavy yesterday along the coastal path, and we walked there. It's quite a long walk, had a breakfast at Benny's, and walked back again, which is when we then found the car wouldn't start, so we had to walk up the hill as well. So we did loads of steps yesterday, but we were sort of chatting before the car broke down about sort of what our routine, as it were, is going to be now that we're moved in and everything. And we've got friends that live here that have a bit of basically, we didn't want it every day to just be kind of merging into one, because what can happen over here, and I know this from when we've stayed for long periods before, is you go through little phases of either you go out loads, and by going out I mean eating, drinking, that kind of thing, you either go out loads or you don't go out at all. We go through like phases. So what we've decided to do, and it is flexible, it's not set in stone, but on a Sunday, to make Sundays a bit different, we're going to do a really long walk in the morning and either have a breakfast out, or I'm going to cook us a breakfast back here after we've done the long walk. And then the afternoon's just going to be relaxing. So reading. Martin likes watching rugby, which he can get on our new TV system. You know, or laying by the pool, or just to make Sundays a bit different. Obviously, the rest of the week we'll be eating like overnight oats or cereal or whatever for breakfast. So it will just make it really different and a bit of a treat. And we also decided that on Wednesday evenings one week we'll just go out for a drink somewhere and we'll eat here, and the week after we'll go out for something to eat and something to drink, and so we go out to eat of an evening like once a fortnight. So that's, you know, for our budget, and you know, for health reasons as well, because obviously here it's quite cheap to go out drinking and eating, and it is a holiday place, and I would hate to get into a kind of habit of, you know, going out to the pub every night. That's not what I'm about. I did that when I was younger, don't get me wrong, and I loved it, but now I don't want that. So we decided Wednesday evenings that will be our going out evening. Not that I have to drink when I go out, you know, I'm quite happy with a glass of lemonade or something. But I do like the odd beer, especially when the weather's nice. So that's the plan. And obviously I've got Spanish classes on a Tuesday, and I tend to meet up with my friends after Spanish class, either some of the ones from the class or some other friends. Martin's also going to get into fishing. He's got a load of fishing gear that a friend of ours has kept for him, that they were given by somebody, but you need to have a license here to fish, so we need to sort that out at some point. Obviously I've got loads of ideas for stuff that I want to do for the house, so we'll be doing that. We'll be doing days out and lots of walks, and also swimming. I want to get back into swimming. That was one of my sort of goals for this year. Obviously in the pool and in the sea, and we're going to try the gym as well at some point when I feel completely 100% better, because I've still got a bit of a coffee sort of chesty thing going on here. So yeah, so there's lots of things for us to do. I'm obsessed at the moment with looking up. I want to do like some macrame hanging shelves and put cacti on them and fairy lights around them. And yeah, I've got so many ideas for stuff to do in the house, but we need to take it slowly. We also need to sort out the garden. A friend of ours is going to come over probably next week, but I'm not sure, it might be this week, and talk us through what each plant is. And then so that we know how to care for them for now, and we're going to get rid of, there's like a load of hose piping in the garden. We're going to get rid of all that, tidy it up a bit, and again then just kind of live with it for a while and see, you know, where do we need shade, where do we need sun, where do we need the sunbeds to be, where are we going to be sitting. It's all this kind of thing that you don't know until you've lived in a house. We did buy some furniture from IKEA, which is going to arrive at the IKEA shop, and you have to go and pick it up at some point in the next couple of days. So I really, really hope we can sort the car out, otherwise we're going to be on the bus or have to ask a friend probably. It's not anything massively exciting, just a couple of desks and chairs, and I'll show you when we do get them so that we can get like a little officey bit set up, so we've got somewhere to sit. So yeah, that's the plan. Keep your fingers crossed please for the car. I'll let you know what happens with it. Martin's back with a battery charger, and yeah, the battery's on charge, so let's see. Egg and tomato roll for lunch, and 2 egg and tomato rolls for Martin. He's walked a long way this morning. I'm in the back garden now. I'm just trying out the sunbed. They're very comfy actually, which is nice because they're very expensive. Like garden furniture is really expensive, so I'm glad that we've got these 4 sunbeds and cushions to go with them, which is brilliant. So yeah, I'm just soaking up the last little bit of sunshine. It's soon time to go in and do my get the dinner ready. I've been doing my Spanish homework actually most of the afternoon because I didn't go to the lesson last week because I wasn't very well, so she sent me the homework, so I've been doing that. The car battery thing has been on charge, so I don't know how long it's going to actually take to charge up, but yeah, not sure what's going to happen with that. But yeah, I'm going to go in now and make the dinner. I'm cooking jacket potatoes and roasted veg for our dinner, but I just thought I'd show you this cheddar, which I got from Mercadona, and it's quite nice actually, because cheddar cheese over here can be quite expensive. This was €3, and I've grated the whole lot. I've put some of it into the freezer, like I've grated it and put it in the freezer, and then I've kept this out to go with our dinner this evening. But yeah, this is quite nice. It says it's West Country farmhouse cheddar, but yeah, not bad at all. And I'm very excited that I've now got an oven and a kitchen so I can cook again, and yeah, I'm loving it. The Spanish lesson went really well. I can't see a thing. Yeah, the Spanish lesson went really well, and I then stayed down at Zanzibar and had a coffee with my friend Sunny, who is fab. I love chatting to her. She's a really interesting lady. She's from Croatia, but she lives here for most of the year. Yeah, so that was great. Going to have my lunch now, and then we're going to get in the car and try and go to Rosario and get a battery. I've got a hummus and salad roll for my lunch today. This is basically what I have for my lunch every day, one of these rolls with either fish or some kind of veggie thing in it, and salad, and yeah, sitting out in the sunshine enjoying it. Straight after lunch we headed into Rosario because the battery had charged enough to get us going, and we headed to a place called Baterias Fuerteventura, which we've been recommended by a friend, and they were absolutely brilliant. They checked the car, the alternator's absolutely fine, because that was the other thing Martin was worried about, but it's fine. They did us a new battery and fitted it there and then. And yeah, all is good, all is well with the car, means we can go to El Cotillo tomorrow. I've just cooked some baked oats. These are oats, there's cinnamon, a bit of peanut butter for healthy fats, some mashed banana, some egg, and a little bit of baking powder, and I just cooked them in these like silicone things for, I don't know how long it was, about 20 minutes I think. So I love baked oats. We're either having baked oats or overnight oats for breakfast, so they'll obviously last for a few days, and you can freeze these. Just bung them in the freezer, get them out and pop them in the microwave, so they are great, and we'll have those with like yogurt and a bit of extra fruit. And I've just cut up some potatoes here for wedges. I'm going to pop them in the oven now, and we're going to have that with fish and peas this evening. It's Wednesday and we are in El Cotillo. We're going to have a cup of coffee from our flasks and have a look round. We do know El Cotillo very well, actually, because this is where we always used to stay. So we'd stay here like for 3 months at a time in the winter. For how many years? Maybe 10 years. And we also lived here for 6.5 months in COVID, so we know it really, really well. But it has changed, and it is changing, so it's going to be really interesting to see what buildings they've done. And apparently there's quite a few new shops and cafes as well, so it's going to be really interesting. But I love El Cotillo, so I'm very excited to be here. El Cotillo is in the northwest of Fuerteventura, and it used to be a little sleepy fishing village, and it's now become a very popular resort, especially with day trippers. There's 2 harbours in El Cotillo. This one here is the new harbour, and you can see the great big wall across, which stops the massive waves getting in and, you know, keeps all the little boats safe. As well as this harbour, there is a big beach called Piedra Playa, which is popular with surfers. And there's also the lagoons and the town as well, which, as I said earlier, is becoming bigger. There's quite a lot of cafes, bars, and a lot of shops now as well. A lot of new shops have opened, which I will show you later on. So we just sat and drank our coffee from our flask, and then we had a look around the new harbour. This is a new restaurant bar called Nana, and it's very snazzy, I have to say, for El Cotillo, but I can see why it's very popular, because it would be an amazing place to sit and watch the sunset. The sunsets are fantastic in El Cotillo. If you're ever in Fuerteventura, I do recommend it as something to do. Go and look at the sunsets. So we walked around through the new harbour, and then you go out onto the point. And one of the best things, in my opinion, about El Cotillo, and no matter how much they build, they'll never change this, the best thing is the waves. It is absolutely amazing. And yeah, especially in the winter when you get the big Atlantic swells and the waves just roll in, it's just one of my most favourite things to do, is to sit and watch the waves. So we stood up on the headland bit, and we're looking down towards the lagoons, and we just stood and watched the waves for ages. And then we turned around the corner and started walking down towards the old harbour, where Martin is always amazed at how they ever used to get their boats in and out of this harbour, because obviously there are massive waves and rocks and everything. It's just fascinating, and it's fabulous. We carried on walking, and we went down into the old harbour, past again a lot of new shops. There's clothes shops now, there's kind of what I would call like tourist tat that you can buy anywhere in the world, you know, with the obligatory pirate. This is Toston Bar, where we've spent many a happy hour over the years, lots of happy memories. And then we just carried on down into the old harbour, and again there's a lot more restaurants here than there used to be, some of which I've been to, others I haven't. But again, this is an amazing place to sit and watch the sunset. Just walking past the Blue Cow. I love all the little alleyways in El Cotillo, especially because this is where we used to stay when we used to stay in El Cotillo. But it's look at those waves. I mean, it's just amazing. But yeah, it's worth, if you go there, definitely getting out your car and walking round down all the little alleyways. And this is the bit that we absolutely love, because down this alleyway is where we used to stay. This restaurant on the left here is called Marisma, and it's very popular with Spanish, serves fish. I haven't been there for a few years, but when we did used to go there, we actually quite liked it. So we had to do a little detour down the alleyway, and you will see in a minute where we used to stay. And this is where we stayed during COVID. So we lived down here for like 6.5 months when it was the lockdown, and then we stayed for a little while afterwards. we used to know everybody down here, not that there were many people here. And this is the place that we used to stay in, which was called the Haven, number 3. And it had a great rooftop. It was brilliant. Happy times, I have to say, for us. I know not everybody had happy times during COVID, but we loved being here. Felt very safe, actually. And like I say, I just love all these little alleyways and the little back streets. So we carried on walking and we went out towards the lagoons, which are stunning, and we will be doing days out at the lagoons, so I will show you around a lot more, and all the way round to the lighthouse and the North Shore. Look out for those vlogs, you know, later on this year, because we'll definitely be spending more time at the lagoons in El Cotillo. So we're in the bit where they're doing a lot of building. This is new since we were here last time. Much bigger than I thought it was going to be. We saw it, they started building it, but it's very big. I'm not sure if it's apartments or a part a hotel. And then there's another one going up in that bit, and I suspect they'll put one here at some point. We were actually quite shocked by how much building is going on in El Cotillo and the scale of it as well. We bumped into some friends who used to stay here many years ago, and they felt the same, but hey ho, still lovely. Again, lots of new shops and quite big shops. You know, that's a big clothes shop. There was another one just on the corner there. After lunch, we spent a couple of hours round at our friend's apartment, chatting, drinking coffee and catching up with them. And then we walked out towards Piedra Playa Beach. And again, it's just stunning, just looking at the waves and watching the surfers. We actually walked out to the lifeguard's hut. And again, we will be back. We will be walking along Piedra Playa because that is one of my most favourite things to do. When it's low tide, and especially in the morning, it's absolutely stunning down there. And yeah, I will definitely vlog that as and when we do that. So all in all, a lush day at El Cotillo. Even though it's bigger and busier than it used to be, it is still an amazing place to visit, and I still absolutely love it. And change is inevitable, isn't it? You know, places do change. That was a lush day out. I'm quite windswept, actually. It's really cloudy here, and my friend who lives in Villaverde just texted me and said it's been really cold and cloudy there all day. So we were in the right place, I think, up in the north in El Cotillo. Anyway, as it's Wednesday, we are going to head down to our local bar, which is called the El Perro Loco. And have a couple of drinks, and then I've got jacket potato, baked beans and cheese to have for dinner when we get back. So yeah, very nice day today. It is Thursday morning and we're going to go out for a walk before our breakfast, just sort of round the block, just to get some steps in, and then we've got lots of chores to do today. We've been to IKEA and picked up our furniture, and I'll show you that when it's put together. But we also went in Lidl and got a couple of pizzas to have Friday night when we're going to watch a film, and some pineapple rings because it's just a ham pizza and I really love pineapple on pizza. So I've got some pineapple rings and a tin of tuna. That was it from Lidl. And of course I had to go in the China shop. I got another one of these large blue mugs. I got some of those the other day, but I wanted another big one. That was the last one actually. And then I got 3 of these little sort of storage organiser things, which I'm not quite sure where they're going to go yet, but I want some for my sort of face creams and that for my bedside table, and maybe some on the new desks, but I'm not sure. Also got this thing, which has a lid on it, and then it's got a thing inside which is for defrosting stuff. So you get like your meat or your fish or whatever out of the freezer and put it in there, but it's got a lid on it, which is really good. And then I also just got a new like fish slice thing because the one that was here is rubbish. Okay, so this is the before space, and Martin is just putting together all the furniture, and then when it's done, which he says will only take about half an hour, I'll show you the after. I'm just out in the back garden now, just sort of looking at all the plants and giving them a bit of water. And this is a bougainvillea, I think, and I watered it the other day and some flowers have come, which is very pleasing. I don't know if you can see them, they're really pretty. And then this thing over here, which I have no idea what it's called. This one's got a pretty yellow flower, so there's obviously hope. Lunch today is a hummus salad roll and an apple. So this is our new little setup, and it's just 2 IKEA like desk things and a couple of chairs and a cushion on each chair, and then we've kind of started to arrange all our bits and bobs. This weirdly is what I use for vlogging, and then I've just got my diary in there, my pencil case, my headphones, my glasses are in that one, keys in there for the minute, and that's Martin's stuff over there. And yeah, it just looks much cleaner, neater. I've got lots of ideas for what to do on these walls. I've taken that picture down because I absolutely hate it. It was just too dark and old-fashioned for this space, and I'm thinking maybe a shelf, some plants, maybe some fairy lights, that kind of thing. So, but it's a blank canvas for now. I just hung my little crystal heart thing up there. I'm not going to leave that there, but yeah, so I'm really pleased with this, really pleased. And the other good thing about these tables is they're quite lightweight, so if needs be we can turn them round to sit round. I can do jigsaw puzzles on them. If we have people round for food and we don't want to sit outside, we've got a really nice big space here so that we can, you know, rearrange it however we want, and it's just really workable. I'm doing fajitas for dinner, so I've got chicken, peppers and onions in there, and then I've got some fajita seasoning to add into it. I'm going to pop some rice in there as well, and then I'm going to serve it in like little lettuce cups instead of, you know, like tortilla wraps. Should be yum. We're down in Coletta. We've just been to the bank. It's Friday morning and we're going to have a walk along the seafront now. We're just walking along the seafront so that we can go and have a look at a place called Kai Beach, which is a holiday place. Here it is on the screen now, because we've got some friends coming in September and they're staying there. So hi Auntie Sue, I promised her I'd go and have a look, and it looks great, I have to say. There's a really nice big swimming pool, and then there was like a pool bar, looked like there was loads of sunbeds, plenty of places to sit and have a drink. There was a pool table. Wave to Sue. Say hello, Christopher.
Hiya.
We also did a little bit of shopping in Eurospar. I got some of these hot chocolate things for my coffee machine, because it's really hard to get hot chocolate here. I quite miss it. They weren't cheap, I have to say, so it needs to be rationed, but I'm glad I got them. I also got some interesting pasta shape, because you can only get boring pasta shapes in Mercadona. I also got a little notebook, which is going to be for my February goals and all that kind of thing, because I've run out on the other one. And then we got this A4 kind of filing system thing, so that we can sort out all our paperwork and have somewhere, neat and tidy to keep it all. Friday is now my cleaning day, and we've cleaned the whole house. We've even gone under the beds and pulled the sofas up and all this kind of thing, so you can see all my cleaning stuff there behind. I didn't vlog it because I just needed to get on with it. I might do a clean with me at some point on the vlog. So yes, Friday night is going to be from now on movie night, because on our new TV system we get, I think there's something like 3,500 films on there. So we thought every Friday we'd pick a film, maybe cook a pizza or something, picky dinner or something like that, and sit and watch a film. So we've got pizza this evening, and the second one of The Fisherman's Friends, which is about the Cornish singing group, the Fishermen that were singers. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's Saturday today, and we've been out to Negro. I'll put some pictures on the screen because I didn't take any videos. I took my actual camera and took some photos, which was nice. And we've started off at the Archaeological Museum, the Poblado de la Atalaita, and it was really interesting actually. There was the guide kind of bloke there was Spanish, but he was very kind, and he let me try and speak in Spanish to him, which was really good practice actually, and he was asking me questions. And I did okay, actually. I understood a bit, so that was good. And I managed to answer his questions. They were quite simple, but, I was able to speak in sentences, which I was really pleased about. And then we headed down to the coast to actually Negro, and we sat on the beach and ate our picnic and just had a wander around. And it's absolutely gorgeous weather today. I'm going to finish the vlog here, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.